Assalamu alaikum class. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is the course outline of our operation research and class. The black in bold are the topics which we have completed. I go through their theory and also the numerical and their application. Now in this lecture, we will try to see the concepts behind the simplex method, shadow price, theory of the simplex method, its duality problems, dual theory, sensitivity analysis, and other algorithms of linear programming relating to the simplex method. Try to see the dual simplex method, big N method, and the two-phase method we have already gone through this. Then the transportation and other topics will be left from our course outline. So these topics we will try to see in our fifth lecture, which will held on 14th. Class me, the Dr. Amara from the Institute of Southern Punjab, your course instructor for the course operation research, and the topic that we are in touch from the lecture number 3 is the linear programming. And in linear programming, we have seen that if we have two variables, then we can easily find its optimal solution with the help of graphical methods. And if we have variables more than two, then with the solution with the graphical method is difficult, and then we use the simplex method technique. In simplex method technique, we have to follow the procedure according to the step-by-step recommended according to the protocols, or we can say the simplex method algorithms. First, we convert the given linear programming problem into the standard form, and then from the standard form, we convert the inequalities into the equalities. We introduce the slack variables, and how many equations are there, that much slack variables we introduce. And then in the objective function, we add the cost zero of the slack variables, and then we find the basic solution for the slack variables, putting the defined variables x1, x2, x3, how many variables present in the problem is equal to 0, and find out the basic solutions for our slack variables. Then we made the matrix form of the given problem and defined problem. The mathematical formulation is converted into the matrix form of AX is equal to B. Then we made the initial simplex table, and we then find out first its key column and the key row by finding the minimum ratio and the key element. Then in the second next iteration, we divide the key row with the key element, and then we keep the slack variables values as an identity matrix, and this like this we repeat the iteration until we get the zj minus cj all positive values, and either positive values or the zeros. So this is the algorithm for finding the feasible or optimal solution, whether for maximization or minimization. In minimization case, first we convert it into the maximization form, and then we find out its solution. So after the simplex method, we have the dual simplex method and the M method, and then we find out their duality. Also, we see the shadow prices and sensitivity analysis and the other algorithms for linear programming problems we will see in our today's topic. Class, first the topic is the shadow price as displayed on the screen. Shadow price is a source constraint in linear programming. Constraints are the capacities which we announce or which we define into our problems, which are, we can say that are the restrictions in linear programming, is usually defined as the maximum price which should be paid to obtain an additional unit of resources. So the maximum price that we pay to get the unit of additional resources is the shadow price. Its definition is although very impressive and could lead to incorrect decisions, because the shadow price already incorporates variables cost included in the addition of the extra resources unit. Shadow price should be defined as the maximum permissible amount of those costs involved in the addition which have not been included in the per unit contributions of the basic decision variables. So sometimes shadow prices leads us to the incorrect decisions because we have to uh, give the optimal solution, keeping in mind the constraints, and they must be, constraints must be greater than or equal to our capacity, not more than our capacity. So this idea gives the it violates our redundant or our restrictions definition, and then we have to pay much sometimes to get the resources, and this is also mentioned that maximum price which should be paid to obtain an additional unit of resources, the shadow price. So if we see how we can calculate the shadow price, the simplest way to calculate shadow price for a critical constraint is as follows. First step is to take the equations of the straight lines that intersect at the optimal points. Then add 1 unit to the constraint concerned, while leaving the other critical constraints unchanged. In the second step, use simultaneous equations to drive a new optimal solution. And in the third step, calculate the revised optimal contribution, the increase in the shadow price for the constraint under consideration. And inshallah, we will follow these steps while calculating some concerned problems in our classwork. Implications of shadow prices is management can use shadow price as a measure of the maximum premium that they would be willing to pay for one more unit of the scary resources. However, the shadow price should be considered carefully. For example, the shadow price of labor may be calculated at $20 per hour. However, it may be possible to negotiate a lower shadow price than this. In addition, if more of the critical constraint is obtained, the constraint line will move towards altering the shape of the feasible region. After a certain point, there will be a little point in buying more of the resources, since any non-critical constraint will become critical. Now, moving to the assumptions of the shadow prices, we have 4 or 5 assumptions. First is the single quantify object, maybe maximization or minimization, and in reality maybe multiple objects such as maximization, return, while simultaneously minimizing risk. So this is the assumption relating to the shadow price. Next assumption is each product always uses the same quantity of the resources per unit. In reality, this may not be the case. For example, learning effects may be enjoyed, and then contribution per unit is constant. In reality, this may not be the case. The selling price may have to be lowered to sell more. There may be a economy of scales. For example, a discount for buying is buckle. Products are independent in reality, so the customers may expect to buy both products together. The product may be manufactured jointly together. The scenario in short term, this allows us to ignore fixed cost. The assumption applied to the analysis used when there is one limiting factor or if there are multiple limiting factors. So coming back to our simplex method, duality and dual theory, I want to share the method in the beginning of how we can find the linear programming problem solutions, optimal solutions with the help of simplex method. In the dual method, we have some constraints are of not in the form of inequality. They are in the form of equality. Then we introduce an artificial variable in the equality form constraints, and then we changes the inequality, other equations of inequalities into the equalities form. So in the dual theory problem, we have the slack variables also with the artificial variables. So if we see at the duality feature, a special relationship between a linear program and another, both of which involve the same original data ABC located differently. The former is referred to as a primal problem, while the latter as dual problem. It is important that there exists a close relationship between their feasible regions, optimal solutions, and optimal values. The duality together with optimality conditions yielding from it constitute a basic for the linear programming theory. In general, duality theory addresses itself to the study for the connection between two related linear programming problems, where one of them, the primal, is a maximization problem and the other is the dual is a minimization problem. It focuses on the fundamental theorems of linear programming. The simplex method pivots from feasible dictionary to feasible dictionary, attempting to reach a dictionary whose row has all of its coefficients non-positive. So what is the difference between if we see the regular simplex method and the dual simplex method, and what are its uses? So the basic difference is the regular simplex method and the dual simplex method is that whereas the regular simplex method starts from the basic feasible solution, which is not optimal and it works towards optimality. The dual simplex method starts with an infeasible solution, which is optimal and works towards the optimality. The dual simplex method is used in situation where the optimality criteria is Zj, Cj greater than or equal to 0 in the maximization case and Zj, Cj less than or equal to 0 in minimization case is satisfied, but the basic solution is not feasible because under the XB column of the simplex table, there are one or more negative values. Understanding the dual problem leads to specialized algorithm for some important classes of linear programming problems. The dual can be useful for sensitivity analysis and number 3, sometimes finding an initial feasible solution to the dual is much easier than finding one of the primal problem. So dual simplex method, I have told in the slide before that dual simplex method will give us the pivot from dual feasible dictionary to dual feasible dictionary working towards feasibility. This new pivoting strategy is called the dual simplex method because it really is the same as performing the usual simplex method on the dual linear problem. Just the difference is when there is a equation. So in the equation, we introduce the artificial variable and then the remaining inequalities with the slack variables, we perform the same method. And if we get the answer in the all the positive values and we get the optimal solution in the first phase, so there is no need of the going to the second phase of the problem. So Big M method is also in operation research is a method of solving linear programming problems using the simplest algorithm. The Big method, M method, extends the simplex algorithm to problems that contains greater than constraints. Example from web page. So I want to share with you the a question and its solution that I have already on my desktop. So let me to share it with you. I'm trying to go there. Files. So moving towards the next slide, I will show you this the slides relating to this the problem. I will show you the program that I have downloaded from the web page in the class. So moving towards the next slide of our this video lecture, the Big M method is have the following algorithm. Multiply the inequality constraint to ensure that the right hand side is positive. Then for any greater than or equal to constraints, introduce surplus and artificial variables. Choose a large positive M and introduce a term in the objective of the form M multiplying the artificial variables. Then for less than constraints, introduce slack variables so that all constraints are equalities. Solve the problem using the usual simplex method. So sensitivity analysis in linear programming, the parameters of the model can change within certain limits without causing changes in the optimum. So this is referred to as sensitivity analysis and will be the subject matter of our lecture number 5. Later, we will study the post-optimal analysis in our coming lectures. So the sensitivity analysis of the optimum solution is the optimal solution to changes in the availability of the resources. It is the optimum solution to changes in unit profit or unit cost. So if we have given some linear programming problem, just like of maximization, objective function is of maximization and maximization of the cost, maximization of the profit. Two, if we have given the two equations that 2x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 8 for the machine 1 and x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 8 for the machine 2, and that x1, x2 must be greater than or equal to 0. So what we will do first, we will change in the optimum solution, which changes are made in the capacity of the machine. And if the daily capacity is increased from 8 hours to 9 hours, the new optimum will move to point G. The rate of change in optimization resulting from changing machine 1 capacity per 8 hours to 9 hours can be computed as rate of revenue change resulting from increasing machine 1 capacity to 1 hour, and that ZG minus ZC capacity change over capacity change will be our answer. So in this way, we will use the sensitivity analysis. We have a proper formula and in which we put the values and get our answer. So if we see towards the slide, the sensitivity analysis arises in connection with performing the linear programming problem, that how to do changes made to the coefficients of the objective function affect the optimal solution, and that how changes made to the constants on the right hand side of the constraint affect the optimal solution. And if we see towards its coefficients of the objective function, then how do changes made to the coefficients of non-basic variable affect the optimal solution? And that how do changes made to the coefficients of the basic variables affect the optimal solution? So basically it deals with finding out the amount by which we can change the input data for the output of our linear programming model to remain comparatively and unchanged. This helps us in determining the sensitivity of the data we supply for the problem. The term sensitivity analysis, sometimes also called optimality analysis, refer to an analysis of the effect on the optimal solution of changes in the parameters of the problems of the current optimal solution. So this is all class, and inshallah we will see their numerical application with the mathematical formulation in the class. So we will try to cover these topics, inshallah. And let me to share the numericals that I have downloaded from the website. If I can share it now, if I can be successful in sharing those numericals with you. So it will be more helpful when you will revise the lecture for you. Let's the file is opening, and inshallah it will be open. Yes, class. We have a problem, a question. We have to maximize yes, class, there is a question. We have to maximize the objective function x1 plus 5x2 subject to the constraint 3x1 plus 4x2 less than or equal to 6 and x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equal to 2. And the variables x1, x2 are greater than or equal to 0. So for the solution with the M method, first what we will do, we will convert the inequalities to the equalities by introducing surplus variable, slack variables and artificial variables. The standard form of the linear programming problem becomes maximization of x1 plus 5x2 and with the two slack variables x3 and x4, 0x3 plus 0x4. In practice class, we are using S1 or S2 as the slack variables. But we can use as x3 and s4 also. And minus MA1, so A1 is our artificial variable. subject to the constraint 3x1 plus 4x2 plus x3, which is our slack variables, is equal to 6, and x1 plus 3x2 minus x4, which is our slack variable, because the equation, the inequality was of the form of you see greater than or equal to, so we introduces the minus slack variable plus the artificial variable is equal to 2. And the constraints are x1 is greater than equal to 0, x2 is greater than equal to 0, s3 and x4 are the slack variables. They must be also greater than equal to 0, and a1 is the artificial variable is greater than equal to 0. And their costs are always 0, so we put 0x3 plus 0x4 in the maximization objective function and the minus m for the artificial variable. So it is also explained here that x3 is a slack variable, x4 is a surplus variable, and a1 is an artificial variable. The initial basic solution, feasible solution, first we will find out, we will put all these variables is equal to 0, and a1 is equal to 2 and x3 is equal to 6. So here is the table, big M method, table 1, CB, we put the cost. So cost is 0 and minus M of the x3 and a1, and variables we have x1, x2, then x3, x4, then a1. Our solution values instead of minimization ratio is B. So cost in the subjective function are objective function are 1, 5, 0, 0 and minus sum of a1, x4, x3, x2 and x1. And when we find out x, zj minus cj, calculations are given down below. We get 0xb plus minus m x1 minus 1 is equal to minus m minus 1, and then minus 3 m minus 5, then 0, then m, then minus 0. So we find out the minimum value, which is the minus 3m minus 5. So this column is our key column, and by finding the solution variables for B, we divided the values with the key element, and we get similarly the key row, and the key element is 3. So we will now move to, as m is a larger positive number, the coefficient of m is the zj minus cj row, would decide the incoming basic variable as minus 3m is less than minus m. X2 becomes a basic variable in the next iteration. Key column is x2 column, and minimum of 6 by 4 and 2 by 3 is 2 by 3. So key row is a1 row and pivot element is 3. A1 departs and x2 enters. So pivot element means the key element. Note that the iteration just completed, artificial variable a1 was eliminated from the basic. The new solution is shown in the following table. Now there will be no artificial variable and the new table is there. So now the finding the zj minus cj, the minimum value is minus 5 by 3. So it's the minimum key row, it's the key column, and we find out the key row. So the 3 by 4 is the key element, and this we repeat this iteration till we get the optimal solution. So optimal solution means all the values of zj minus cj are positive or 0. So are greater than or equal to 0. So x1 is 0, x2 is minus 3 by 2 is equal to z, and z minus 0 plus 5 into x 3 over 2 is equal to 15 by 2. So this is all class for today's, for the lecture on Sunday 14th of November, and hope this video lecture will be helpful for you in understanding the concepts and the methods, and inshallah we will in detail go through with these topics and these methods and methodologies in the class, and hope when you will revise your after attending the class, when you will revise your lecture or the notes for this video lecture will be helpful for you in on all sides. So thank you, class. Allah Hafiz, and inshallah see you in the class on 14 November. Allah Hafiz and Shukr Alhamdulillah for all his blessings on us. Allah Hafiz.